Hello, hello, hello. Two, one, two, one, two. Two, one, two, one, two. There we go. There we go. So I got the stream open on my phone just to see how everything was going because it said that the stream was paused for just a minute. Um, it's kind of weird. Um, I started up the stream and it was like, oh, waiting in queue. Look at this, 19 players online now. That's insane. I wonder if it's because people have been watching my stream. It's also 5 o'clock, so there's a lot of kids that are getting out of school right now and probably running up and down the coastline, acting kind of meh. But also, if people are stream sniping and they decide to go run to my base, go ahead, snag whatever you want. Just leave the tools and do me a favor. And oh, look, the fur boots, the boots with the fur. Oops. Why did I just do that? What happened to the boots? There we go. So these are the new boots, apparently. Just gonna slide my way down this little ladder here. There's apparently 20 people on the server right now. Oh yeah, oh yeah, nice new boots, nice clean look. Um, my jacket ruined? Not ruined, I'd say it's kind of beaten up, but I can fix that. I like how the texture changes once I do that too. Um, so apparently I just barely dodged wolf territory. Um, and then over here there's large wildlife, um, like moose and deer. And looks like the sun is going down again, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get as far as possible while the sun is still up. And then I'm betting as soon as it gets dark, people are gonna hop offline. Um, but yeah, if anybody does go near my base and whatnot, just leave the tools, take the guns, take the clothes, take what you need. Um, just leave the tents and the tools, please and thank you. Like if you need to, go ahead and take the butane tank and or the gas stove, whatever you want to call it. So this would be a good spot for a little base up here in the mountains. But looks like it would be just off the beaten path. So I have a rough idea of where I'm at. And I'm not generally used to being this far towards the edge of the map because playing the original, DayZ mod from the Arma 2 game, this little area. Oh, server's gonna restart in 10 minutes. I better get somewhere useful within that 10 minutes. Um, so hopefully it's not a short video. I still have 3 videos that are currently in the upload phase, so hopefully I can get myself down to a relatively known area that there's some houses. So I'll be, is that a industrial area? You can tell by all the fences and whatnot. And look, there's that large ass clock tower where I set up a bomb. I kinda wanna go check and see if that dude came back to his base. I'm gonna do that. I wanna go see if that dude walked into that floor trap yet. So I set it up at the very top of the stairs, just waiting for him to go towards his own base. And then, God, that would be so fucking hilarious if he killed himself. Wouldn't that be a thing? Oh, did I just see movement in that house right there? I don't think so. The doors are shut. While I'm here, though, I'm gonna keep an eye out for some players. Oh, look at that teddy bear. That's interesting. I think that's the first time I've seen a teddy bear as this player. Alright. So I vaguely do remember this little road. I know exactly where I'm at now. Because I tried to run up to that little town that's up there prior to returning back to my camp earlier today. That George special helmet. That zombie just spawned there because of me. But I'm truly, genuinely curious if that dude blew himself up or not. Looks like a lot of things in this area are still closed. But I'm gonna slowly creep up these stairs and see if that trip mine is still up there. I don't know how many floors up this is, so I just need to pay attention to the top of the stairs. I'm actually gonna pull out the AK just to verify that nobody's gonna creep up on me. And I've shut the door behind me back there, so if I walk into this landmine myself, I'm gonna be so pissed. But it would be great to see a body sitting up there. Although, I don't hear any flies, so I don't think anybody did do that. And maybe not this one, but the next one. bomb is gone. That is hilarious. So I'm betting this dude just ran into that floor mine that I set down for him. That's fantastic. God, that would have been great to see. Server's gonna restart in 5 minutes. So might get to the end of this stair, and then I wonder if that was the server owner up there that decided to potentially do some punishment for setting a trap in his own base. At this point in time, I probably could swap over to another server. But truthfully, I want to stick to the same server so that way I can get back and forth to my loot. Try to create a base somewhere just off of, you know, the beaten path. Here's that well that guy was talking about. 3 minutes. Alright. So with the server restarting in about 3 minutes or so, I feel like I should camp somewhere nearby. Another headline. Alright. So now I know exactly where I'm at. I got some new shoes, some pristine moccasins. Better than what I had last round. I don't even think there was anything up at the top of that little thing. Um, the ship right behind me currently is a toxic cloud ship. Obviously, if you play DayZ often, you know exactly where that is and what that is. Um, I have been there one time, and I have not been able to explore all of it. Although I'm hoping in the near future to be able to get enough NBC gear to be able to run back there. Now, with the amount of people that were on the server, let me see if there's still people on. 21 people. 20 people. 20 people on that server. So I'm kind of torn between staying on this map and just jumping over to a Livonia map. I don't know Livonia all that well, to be honest. But should I do it? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? Should I? Should I not? Should I? I think that I should, honestly. Maybe not right now, but maybe in a little bit. I know all of these other maps pretty decently well. There's 2 Livonia servers that I have going up right now. Livonia is pretty big. This one is a Asia Pacific. So it's not in North America or South America, so I don't know if that's a good idea or not. Let me see what kind of maps are up here. North America, Asia, Pacific. Here we go. It's a cow. Let's see here. Turners, Livonia. Let's refresh those servers. Looks like the North American servers are pretty full. And I would hate to lose my gear over here. This one's in Europe. North America. There's 3 pages worth of Livonia maps up right now. New York. LA. See, this one would probably be the most beneficial because it's in LA. It's easier to connect to. It would have less connection problems. First person only. I'm gonna favorite that one for later. Let's check this third page. LA. LA. I favorite this map as well. So that one's probably the map that we were just on. Oh no, it was Asia Pacific. I'm gonna get this off of. There we go. Refresh. Refresh. Alright. I think I might do it. I might jump to Livonia. May or may not. And there's already 5 people back on that server. Position in queue. Wow. There's already 10 people online. I feel like people have been watching the stream and jumping back online, waiting for a gunfight or something. I don't know. It is a Tuesday. So, midweek, people just got out of school. Let's see here. I have a feeling if I went to the Northwest Airfield, I'd definitely run into some players. So, that's not exactly the place that I want to go. But I do want to find a pair of pliers. Player's pretty warm. That golden temperature symbol. So, it's a good sign. I don't know if that's... I've seen it get red before. That doesn't mean that he's too hot or anything like that. Let's see. It's another barrel. It's the second barrel I've seen in a long time. Let's see if somebody put anything inside of it. Oh. Is that a Pioneer rifle? It is. 3 gas canisters. Wow. Good on that person. Means I can't just pick up that barrel and run. So. There's a hammer. Cargo pants. Glass bottle. I wish instead of that fucking hammer, I wish it was a pair of pliers. The door's already open and there's a zombie in there. And there's another pair of shoes, that's funny. And they're worn. That doesn't mean anything in particular. Sometimes you can get shoes that'll spawn like that, but I just find it hilarious, honestly. This tree's not gonna have anything. Oh, come on already. Good job, Dave. Give away your position right away. That's always smart. You know, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna switch maps. Been debating it for a little bit, and I think I have what it takes to survive on that other map. Because I have water, I have food. What else is there to say? Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, it's nighttime. It's daytime on this server. I don't expect to find anything good. I'm just gonna go into this map already looted up. Nah. By the time I hop off of this map and then jump back over to the main server where all my loot and gear is, then it's gonna be. I'll have to have no. It's gonna be relatively confusing trying to figure out where my positioning is to try to get back to my gear and my loot, but oh well. I feel like I'd have a better chance of finding a pair of pliers on this other map for some reason. Or hunting some other animal. Now, I don't know the Livonia map by heart. I hardly know the Cherno map by heart. I know a lot of it. Know a lot of the north half. I feel like I'm yelling into the mic again. Here we are. Where are we? That looks like a railroad line. There we go. That's just a main street. Okay. This looks like the edge of the map. But the road keeps going, so I don't know if that's true or not. It just looks like the grass stops at a certain point. Then again, that could just be my visuals because I'm not close enough to it yet. But I would rather run in an open field than in the middle of the woods right now, just because I don't know where I'm at. I want to see if I can climb up this hill really quickly and see some kind of large town. Um, that looks like a complete rock wall, just all the way up to here. I'm not seeing anything. Of course, the terrible weather's rolling in, and it looks like it's getting dark. That is the edge of the map, for sure. Run out of road. I feel like it's a bad idea just running this way, because I don't know where the fuck I am. And there was a main road right there, so I can probably be... I have a compass. What was that? Is that a phone pole? So that's north. It's not the edge of the map. I see trees over there, I think. No, it is the edge of the map. Okay. Weird. South is south. This is really awkward. I've never been on this map before, and I'm in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So that leads north, that leads south. But I still don't know where I'm at. I feel like following these power lines until I get somewhere, but just because I'm following the power lines doesn't mean that I'm actually headed anywhere. Same for on sonaris. It doesn't mean you're actually headed anywhere. By rain for 2 seconds. There's also the possibility I could run into a giant bear on this map. I don't know why it's a giant bear. It's just bears. What is that? It's a little caravan next to a tractor, it seems. I feel like the Livonia map has a lot more stuff to it than the standard DayZ map. I also feel like I'm more geared up than most of the people in this game, so I can run east or west. Let's see. I'm gonna run east. I'm gonna be honest here, I know nothing about this map. The only thing I do know is that there's key cards, there's large animals, there's that bunker. Apparently they've added a new entryway for that bunker. There's the sun. This is interesting. I don't think that Livonia has anything that Cherno doesn't have. My carry weight is almost non-existent because of how heavy I am right now. Probably because it rained. I know that the southeast corner of the map is where you find the bunker, but it's also more than likely a go die zone. So, and I wouldn't want to head that direction unless I have a key card. So, running that direction doesn't make sense. Here's another main road. So, look at that. There's something right there. I hope that has a map built into it. I think some large towns, same with Cherno, I think they have like kiosks with a map that tells you exactly where you're at. But I have no goal running into this map empty-handed like I am right now. I am kind of curious as to what this map has to offer. So I'm taking everything with a grain of salt, trying to memorize my surroundings as best as possible. There's no town markers or anything like that that I've ever seen on this map. The store looks like it's already wide open. Just got a text message saying that my daughter misses me. That's heartbreaking. I miss her too. I hope she's not mad at me. It sucks. I mean, she could be tired. It is about 5 o'clock, 6. She could be in the middle of like having a food coma or something like that. But she just woke up from a nap not that long ago, I think. But I do miss that little girl. Hi, Sarah. So you're the other person in the live stream right now. Um, I just swapped over to the Livonia map, and I have no idea what this area has to offer. So I brought all of my gear along with me just to kind of take a look around. Not really seeing a whole lot. This area is a lot more desolate though, so I'm one of the biggest targets right here on the map. I'm like a walking loot drop, I guess. There's not a lot of high tier stuff on this map, so I'm kind of wearing like the best of everything this map has to offer. Um, Survival's a little bit more difficult on this map, and then there's large animals everywhere. There's bears, there's wolves, there's literally no place to hide. The towns don't even have like an actual indicator that tells you what's where. A house it is. That's a whole town. That's something at least. Oh, Ferris wheel and everything. The church, Ferris wheel, open farm. I'm towards the north edge of the map. I know that. So that's 3 indicators. Um, there's a large farm right here, so that doesn't help much. There's a lot of vast open space here on this map, so I want to try to get to this town really quickly and see if I can discover where I'm at, or at least somewhat of an area. And then I can open up the map on my phone. Oh, that looks like a town indicator right there. Yep. Now leaving such and such. What I do know is that uh, I'm like as far north as possible because I just ran from the edge of the map up that direction. So trying to pinpoint where I'm at. Scared the shit out of me. There's a zombie right here. So I'm in Brenna. From what I understand, there's a lot of lower tier loot on this map, so I'm not anticipating to find anything. I'm betting I'd find a pair of pliers easier on this map than I would in the standard DayZ map. At this point, if I were to jump back over to the server I was trying to build a base on, I would still have to figure out where I'm at and run back to the base. Round one map. That's a U, or an IJ. That's what it's called, an IJ, something. I almost feel like grabbing the black pouch, but I feel like that would stand out. There's a police station. So church, police station. And then there's the Ferris wheel. And I'm in the town of Brenna. Okay, so the church is back there. The Ferris wheel is over there. So if I look at a map, I can definitely orient myself pretty decently well. I should be able to do so just looking at knowing the name of the town and looking in a certain direction. I'm gonna have to walk around this giant ass wall. Look like anybody's been at that police station. I feel like there's a zombie stuck in this building somewhere. I think he's upstairs right above me. He's outside behind the building. It's a 9 mil? I'll take it. $45 ACP? No, $380. I don't think I have any use for 380 rounds, but I think that's used in the Scorpion submachine gun. Hold on a second. I'm just gonna exit out right here for a second. We'll jump back into the game, see what the map shows really quickly, and I'm gonna respond to a couple of messages that I got. I just read your messages, Sarah. That's unfortunate. That's why I am not a fan of your parental situation, unfortunately. Not your parental situation, you know what I mean. Let's see. So I was in the town of Brenna. It looks like... Okay. So the church, the police station. So I want to veer off towards the right side. Or my left, I guess. So there's 2 water stations there. But I want to veer off to the left side, apparently. And along the way, it looks like there's some military bunkers, but if I veer off to the left, there's a Batuka, my deck, and if I head straight south, there looks like there's a static zone that's always red. There's the bunker over here. It's kind of crazy. So I'm in the most populated town of this whole map, basically. Um, it's not really that fun, I guess, in my opinion. I don't think that one's gonna be that fun to play on all the time. So I'm just gonna jump back over to the Cherno map, and it's gonna spawn me away from my camp at random, and so I'm gonna have to try to find my way back to my little campsite on the opposite corner of the map. If I have to run along the coast, then sure I'll run across the coastline, but the app that I pulled open doesn't really show that much, so um, there we go. Jumping back over to the Cherno map that I was on just a little bit ago. This is the one where my base is, and so I'm going to try to find at least a pair of pliers on the way back to my camp. That's all I really need is a pair of pliers. It would be kind of cool if I found like a pickaxe or something like that, so I can get some large stones, so I can rebuild up the cooking area that I have for my player. But what would be trash is if it spawned me in front of people or in the middle of fucking night. That's great. I should have checked to see that. I guess the only thing I can do is get myself to the main road or inside of a building and then call it there for the stream, maybe. Looks like the town entrance over there. You know it's bad when you have to look upwards in order to see anything. Watch, I'm gonna open this and find a fucking pair of pliers. It'd be so ridiculous. No? Nothing. Alright, so I guess I'm gonna hop off for now. Let's see. This broadcast has been going on for about 3 minutes now. If you haven't been keeping up with the series, go ahead and like and subscribe and turn on your notifications so that way you know when I'm going to stream next. I'll probably hop on the game and stream a little bit tomorrow or again later tonight. I've been streaming consistently. So I still have a couple videos in the works, but I have an entire YouTube series about what's going on in this video. And yeah, I mean it's been kind of interesting. I'm just rolling around trying to get from point A to point B to try to, you know, rebuild a base and stuff like that. So I was thinking, would it be easier if I just hopped on another map here for a second while they were doing the map restart and stuff like that? I was thinking about it, I thought against it, and then I thought, okay, maybe I will jump on and then jump back to the same server so that way it kind of shuffles where I was. And so yeah, at the moment I'm as geared up as I can possibly be. I'm just trying to get myself to a point where I can actually build up my base, and the only thing that I need to do that is a fucking pair of pliers that I can't find. So hopefully in the next video I can find a pair of pliers to start building a base. If not, go ahead and check out my profile and go ahead and watch the series. I've died one time. There was a video where my health meter just completely crashed and it said that I was dying for absolutely no reason, said I had no blood, and then I relaunched and I was in the clear again. So if that ever happens to you, that's a bug. Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.